The first thing to keep in mind about MGTOW is that a man who has taken the literal red pill has discovered the deplorable truth about female nature. Women are depicted as innocent and beautiful beings. However, the fact of the matter is that a lot of women in today's society are ruthless and only care about making money, and they move on to the next person they hurt without a second thought, often without feeling any remorse or guilt. By taking the red pill, you stop being naive about how women work and become aware of it. There are 4 or 5 different levels required to become an MGTOW. The purple pill is the first level in MGTOW. This is the man who is aware that women exploit men by using the government, the courts, and men's desire to reproduce. However, the purple pill man thinks that the potential consequences of marriage outweigh the potential risks. Dating and short-term relationships are acceptable for a level 2 MGTOW, but marriage, long-term relationships, and cohabitation with women are not. These frequently seem extremely perilous to him. A level 3 MGTOW restricts his interactions with women as much as possible and does not believe in dating women at all. A level 4 MGTOW tries as hard as he can to limit his interactions with the state and everyone else. He is referred to as a man who is ghosting or attempting to conceal himself from women and the state. Therefore, once you know where you fall on the spectrum, you can begin to develop true situational awareness by choosing to either completely avoid women or take various relationship risks. You'll learn about the different kinds of behavior that women engage in and what drives them to do so at this point. It's important to keep in mind that more women in their 20s are now riding the carousel than ever before. This indicates that in some cases, they are becoming physically intimate with dozens of men without conditions before settling down with a single man if they decide to do so. Women seeking a long-term relationship with a bit of male provider or blue pill man who has little or no understanding of women's nature. He will be more susceptible to manipulation if he is unaware of how women function. It is harder for a man to get shame and guilt into doing what she wants if he is aware of how women operate in society and subtly manipulate men. He is harder to trick into marriage protection and resource extraction because he is familiar with the game. In many women's games, shame is the theme, but it doesn't work here. Following a woman's success in persuading her beta male blue pill man that marriage is a good idea. After that, she has 1 or 2 children, which eventually enables her to end the relationship and use those children to obtain child support from her husband. The fact that men have been duped by women through the divorce courts and are frequently paying lifetime alimony and child support to their ex-wives is one of the main reasons why they choose to go their own way. The family courts frequently also award the entire value of the family home as a place to live. Additionally, the majority of men who visit this YouTube channel are typically in their 30s, 40s, or 50s. Men who have been taken to the cleaner, to use a metaphor, and whose eyes have been opened a little too late, are here to become MGTOW because they are shocked at how women have also taken advantage of them. They are here to learn how women deceive men with their looks and behavior. Another important fact to keep in mind is that men age like wine and women like milk. As soon as a woman reaches the age of 30, her ability to attract a wealthy, attractive partner and her appearance rapidly deteriorate. Women's earnings potential generally decreases with their looks, particularly if they have children, whereas men's attractiveness often increases with age, because men typically make more money as they get older and typically have larger bank accounts and savings. Approximately at the age of 30, male and female values come together and then diverge. There is only about a 12% chance that a man will get married after the age of 35 or 40 if he has not already. Tests are yet another reason why men should follow their path. Women frequently question man's capacity to provide for them and tolerate their actions. The goal is to transform a man into an obedient shell of his former self who constantly says, "Yes, dear." In many instances, his spirit must be broken to extract his resources and become more malleable. A woman testing a man to see if he can be manipulated by asking him to do something over the top is not loving or showing love. Ironically, women try to get men to do things they don't want to do, but when they succeed, they tend to lose interest. Concerning love, it is frequently questioned whether women can even love men. Men climb mountains because they love women. They travel across oceans, create things, write poetry, and change the world. I, along with many other MGTOW, think that women are not hardwired for the same level of love as men are. This is in part because women must divert resources elsewhere to care for children. In any case, MGTOW men want Europe and North America to become Japan. We want men to refuse to give women love and resources on a global scale until society collapses. We don't want to take on childlike women who have given up on their responsibilities because women are selfish and men are told to step up and take responsibility. However, keep insisting that we men provide entitlements for them because they possess a golden part. Women attempt to shame a man back into submission when he attempts to live independently and call it a midlife crisis. However, men are expected to simply tolerate a woman's mood swings and hot flashes during menopause. However, women claim that therapy is necessary for a man experiencing a midlife crisis. Nikola Tesla, a lifelong bachelor who developed numerous modern technologies, is the person we MGTOW most admire. He invented the 20th century and registered hundreds of patents. Do you believe that if he had a wife and children to support, he could have invented all of the things he did? Additionally, the majority of MGTOWs avoid long-term relationships because women have multiple male friends who serve various purposes. In other words, women want the same thing as lots of men. One man with whom to sleep, one for financial gain, one for emotional gain, and others for a variety of purposes. The modern woman simply cannot be satisfied by one man, and the sooner men realize this, the sooner they can proceed on their own. Men today face a significant risk from traditional family life and marriage. As a result, they are becoming more selective about the men they date. Women can continue their search for a better man despite having one at home thanks to modern technology. I'd like to end this video by talking about real nature because it's just good enough for the time being. In a real emergency, women cower and hide under their beds. Additionally, my city's power went out for a few days over Christmas. The majority of women were inside their homes or at the mall due to a massive ice storm, while the men rode in the cold to restore power. Without men, civilization would collapse. Yet somehow, women believe that men are obsolete and that they no longer require them.